4 pounds over the weight limit. Are you going to give it a go? Are you going to try?
Nah, I outgrew the weight. I've been making this weight for over 4 years now. I just outgrew the weight. I tried. You know, I was up late last night trying to make it. Woke up early this morning trying to make the weight. I just outgrew the weight, man. I was feeling it last time I was fighting Baranchik. Thank God that I made it. Yeah, I don't know how I felt making it, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, you were on this very same position the last time we were here in November. Now you're on the other end. So safe to say this will be your last fight at 135 pounds?
I mean, I was 4 pounds over. Bro was like 7 pounds over. That's like damn near 10, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't reach the next weight class, you know what I'm saying? So the show still is going to go on for sure. But, you know, we just got to handle business.
Up to 140 after this, or are you still going to try 135?
Well, honestly, I was going to 140 after this anyways, honestly. So it was like, hey, whatever, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
So Abdullah Mason came out giving his reaction to Keyshawn Davis missing weight and his fight being canceled with Edwin de los Santos. Due to the obvious reason, Keyshawn missed weight by over 4 pounds and he didn't even try to make weight. He didn't even try to lose a pound or two. Abdullah Mason said it really doesn't matter to him. He's gonna get to the belt one way or another. And he's excited because now he's the main event, which means there's gonna be more eyes on him. And I'm telling you now, Abdullah Mason should have had been at least the co-main event for a lot of his previous fights. It's good to see him as the co-main and now elevating to the main event. One thing for sure and two things for certain, you could count on Abdullah Mason to really close the show and steal the show as the main event. Now here is exactly what Abdullah Mason had to say about Keyshawn missing weight and his fight being canceled. Check it out.
Most definitely, you know, I definitely would have preferred that it was planned that way, you know, with everything falling out with Keyshawn, you know, at the weigh-ins, I was hoping that fight would still go through. You know, that still would have been a great main event. But I'm still glad to be able to main event here in Norfolk. Norfolk, to me, it feels like a second home.
Yesterday, like you were very upfront about the fact that you want to fight with him down the road. And does it change now that what happened up there with him coming 4 pounds overweight?
Like I've been saying since the beginning, since I first turned pro, you know, boxing will determine who I'll fight when I get up there. So, you know, I guess this is boxing, you know, him growing out of that weight class, and he fighting at 140. So maybe I meet him at 140, you know, but this is boxing, you know, that's what happens in boxing. So, you know, I'm still looking to grab that title, you know, however it comes.
As you guys heard, Abdullah Mason gave Keyshawn the benefit of the doubt where he stated that he believes Keyshawn has outgrown the division. That's why he missed weight by that much. But the way Keyshawn looked at the weigh-in, he didn't look like dehydrated to me. Look at Edwin de los Santos' face and look at Keyshawn. You can clearly see Keyshawn being way more healthy, as if he didn't even try to make the weight. And that's the problem. You know, when you miss weight over 3 pounds, the fight is in jeopardy to be canceled. So why do that? More importantly, I gave Keyshawn a lot of credit for challenging the young lion, Abdullah Mason, on the spot when they were on stage together. However, Keyshawn told on himself when he said that he knew all along that this was his last fight at 135 because he outgrown the division and he was going to move up to 140 anyways his next fight. Now wait a minute. If that's the case, the $1 million question is, why the hell was Keyshawn challenging Abdullah Mason to fight next? I mean, Keyshawn was talking the talk. He even caught Abdullah Mason off guard. But then he told on himself by revealing he never planned to fight Abdullah Mason because he already knew he was going to miss weight. And that's the truth. Which, like Jay Prince said, that's called pump faking though. It's not a good look on Keyshawn. Like I said before, if Keyshawn already knew he wasn't going to fight at 135 his next fight, and he knew he was going to miss weight, then why challenge Abdullah Mason on stage, and why not nullify Edwin de los Santos' team to inform them that you are going to miss weight and request to renegotiate the weight class. Do a catch weight. Figure it out. Give Edwin de los Santos the heads up so he don't have to kill himself to make weight. Then you wouldn't have to worry about the fight getting canceled the way Keyshawn does now. He did all that work for nothing. This was Keyshawn coming out party and he blew it. Man, if Keyshawn would have been able to knock out Edwin de los Santos, that would have had put him on the map. That would have had let the boxing world know that Keyshawn is him. But to see Keyshawn be so unprofessional to the point where he missed weight by over 4 pounds without even attempting to make the weight, that's a clear sign that Keyshawn wanted to get a huge advantage on Edwin de los Santos since he knew this fight was dangerous. And it sure was. That's why we were all looking forward to it. Now we got to settle with the second best thing, and that's Abdullah Mason getting another test against one of the hardest punchers he ever faced, Nakatali. Let's see how he does. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So yesterday there was a back and forth between Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah. Keyshawn was challenging him to a fight next. Then, today he missed his weight and already admitted that he was heading to 140. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, from the South, we call that pump faking. You know what I mean? When a man is barking with lip service, knowing that, he ain't gonna even be fighting that way. That's pump faking. But I'm wishing the homie the best, you know what I mean? Because, I got love for Keyshawn, and I hope that he go to 140. I think he's gonna do well there. But he was straight pump faking with my young.
This is already the third fight for you in 2025. And with this pace, is this the year that you kind of cement that contender status at the very least, or maybe even challenge for a world title?
Absolutely. Everything is happening at its proper time. So I'm just working my way up. I'm getting it honest. I worked my way up to number 2. We got somebody else ahead of me. I'm right there. Right there.
Is this man that's licking his chops while he stares at you one of those guys?
Absolutely.
So what you want to do?
I'm working my way up. I'm right here.
So after you beat him, what you want to do?
We could do whatever. I'm pretty sure my team could put anything together.
Are you going to put it together, sir? You the man in there.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
I bet you don't.
But I let my hands do the talking. So
let's
anything
do it
you want
next.
to do?
Let's do it next.
Okay, I'm pretty sure my team accommodates.
No. Me and you, let's make it happen right now in front of everybody. After I knock De Los Santos out, after you knock this opponent out, me and you, let's fight next. Let's do it.
That's what I'm here for.
You here to fight me next?
He said that's what I came for.
That's a bet.
Okay, so maybe not the Carl. Are you still Carl?
Hey, Bob Arum. Bob,
Carl,
you ready? Bob, you ready? Bob Arum, the man with the player right there. The man with the player is right there. Bob smiling, he like it.
Can somebody get him
You
a
go
mic?
get him hurt, Bob. You go get him hurt.
We're matchmaking up here, so add that to my credentials, okay?
Hey, Pops, where you at, Pops? You walking him into something crazy now.
I thought he was maybe going to go the WBC route, and it would be for a unification.
You walking into something crazy, Pops. You know it. He usually talk.
Well,
quiet
y'all
now.
both have business to take care of first on Saturday.
Easy work.
Before you guys take care of each other. Anything else that you'd like to say, Abdullah?
I'm coming to do my thing and steal the show, like I always be doing.
You typically do. I would agree with that.
That
Thank you.
was a little shot.
I mean,
That was a little shot.
he did have a hell of a fight last time he was here.
Against
too,
opponents.
so.
I'm far from that.
Yeah, that's true. You have a belt for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. All right, well, we're going to get to now the man who would like to try to take that belt from you on Saturday night. Before I get to the questions that I already had prepared, what do you think about them already talking about a fight, but he still has to fight you come Saturday night?
Knock him out. Promise.
Yo siempre digo que el 90% de lo que se planea no se da.
I always say that 90% of things that are planned doesn't come about.